So the Boston Celtics, man, put on their Celtic gear and go deer hunting, man. Smack fire out of the Bucks in the first half. Bucks made a nice comeback in the second half, man. Damian Lillard, another subpar first half. Man, it seems as though Damian Lillard is forcing up too many bad shots and trying to force feed Kumpo too much. He's and it's looking like the Bucks play a different style of basketball when it comes to the fourth quarter versus other quarters, and they might have to mix that style of play in with you know with how they play within the other three quarters. You know what I'm saying? Um, Listen, man, we said over here with these mega facts the when the Celtics traded away Drew for Damian Lillard that you know doing that defeats the purpose of getting Damian Lillard because you needed more. You needed a bona fide shooter that can get his own shot as well as your perimeter defense, man. You know, you needed a an add on top of what you had versus replacing a good thing that you had with something that you had no idea really would work. And listen, it still can work. We believe it's working in a lot of ways. But man, your perimeter defense is it's pathetic, you know. And listen, if you cannot stop these little guys, you're gonna get cooked, man. Especially if they have a big guy next to them. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. Kumpo, you signed off on this. We don't want to hear the BS. People talking about how that you didn't because you did. Um, you signing off on this, man, means I mean whether you signed off on it or not, either way it goes, man. You got to step up on defense. You know, you have to put the cape on for Damian Lillard on the defensive end almost every single play because Damian Lillard is not like that on defense, man. You know, you being a basketball player should have already known this and already knew what time it was. Already knew that you were going to have to play the Superman role for Damian Lillard when it comes to the defensive end. And listen, we over here with these mega facts already understand that Kumpo, you have a stamina problem. Averaging low minutes in a game. Can you sustain it? And listen, it's not as if you're really helping out Damian Lillard on an absolute level because you're not. So, will you start to do this? And if you do start, can you sustain it? We hope you can. Don't know for sure. Um, will you drop 2 or 3 points per game, maybe four, so you can keep that defensive, keep your defensive stamina up? Um, Damian Lillard can handle an extra couple, 3 or 4 points a game. If he just does his little Dame thing. You turn into a more so defender, maybe. Who knows? But playing like this is not it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work, man, because you don't have any perimeter defense. There's only so much uh space Bropez is gonna cover, being as though he's now an old man. So it's gonna be Kumpo having to step up, you know, on the defensive end until they can manage to get a bona fide perimeter defender. You know, I think a lot of their woes will be, you know, fixed. But until they get that perimeter defender, man, it's just gonna be ugly when they go against the best teams, man. Uh, the Clovers are just a very much better shooting team than the Bucks. Listen, yes, the Bucks needed somebody that can shoot, but they also needed the perimeter defense that they had. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy, man. Um, we said that uh, replacing Drew with D Lilly defeated the point, and boy, how crazy was that rightful prediction when the Celtics dropped True Drew on top of the core that they already had? They replaced uh, Marcus Smart, aka Smarcus, with True Drew, which True Drew is a better offensive and defensive player than him. You know what I'm saying? And they dropped Zingy on top of this bunch as well, man. And when you're talking about the defensive aspect that comes with Tater, Big Al, uh, Zingy, and True Drew, it's just a lot. It's a lot to deal with, and the fact that these you know they just have four people on the court at all times that can dribble, drive, and shoot at a pretty high level. And one shooter in Damian Lillard is not going to mask or uh, beat all of that. You know, not without some real defense. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the Bucks, man. We all knew the problems that the Bucks had, and it seems even more glaring. And you know, it, it, you just need a perimeter defender. Period. I mean, that's just it. Change up your style of play. Will Kumpo go with that? You playing the Portland Trail Blazers style of play in Milwaukee. They'll be a better team. You know what I'm saying? But Kumpo will not look like Kumpo for the most part. He'll knock down 3 or 4 points a game. They'll be a better defensive team if he, you know, commits to the defensive end and rotates and things of that nature. But that's the only thing that I can see maybe working because they do play that style of play when it comes down the stretch in the fourth quarter. It looks like that's the style of play that they play for the most part, you know. So I mean, schematically, I mean, you got Bropez shooting a three. They can space the floor. Kumpo, big old athlete in the Duckers position. I mean, seems plausible, you know. Put a mask on for that perimeter defense. We'll see. I don't know, man. Who knows? Shout out to the Bucks. We believe that they will do what it do to get a perimeter defender. Cause man, Malik Beasley. Oh my goodness. Let's say it again. Doris Burke said Malik Beasley was gonna be their perimeter defender, man. What? Like that was the game plan going into this season, man. Hmm? Oh my goodness. Shout out to the Bucks. Shout out to the Clovers. You know.